Leo, November 2023. Fiery climax approaches. This is stuff that we need to let go of. So you need to surrender. Aries energy can be very much about wanting to initiate, wanting to take action. So you could be inspired to move away from things. Aries, the ram, is very much about very headstrong and kind of putting their horns in, like through conflict, and being very steadfast and almost stubborn, like what is known as Taurus. Right now, Leo, you need to be resting, you need to be retreating. This is about being held. So this is either giving yourself a space to be held or communicating with others around you that you might need a little more a space to be nourished, held by the ones closest to you, a space to be vulnerable. And so this could be a time to retreat and giving yourself rest, giving yourself permission to rest, and maybe not actually needing to take action on things, giving yourself permission that you don't have to constantly be on the go. So Leo, this is a time of energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. This is a time of kind of rebooting. Like if you think of yourself as a computer, this is kind of a time of rebooting, uploading new information, uploading new programs, updating programs you had in the past in your system. If you think of it as a story, there's always conflict and then a climax, and then the story is unfolding character development through that climax, through that conflict. So you could be feeling that sense of opening, and you might be more tired in that way, because while you're being initiated to actually rest, so you might be more tired, you might be more exhausted, and kind of letting your body integrate new information into a new system, into an old system. You need to upgrade your old system. We got all eyes are on you, Leo, which doesn't surprise me in regards to your energy. While you are the center stage of attention, which is your power, so that attention comes with scrutiny and entrapment. And there's a sense of performance. So you might feel that you're kind of a character in a play or a character in a story where your character development in your story is coming to a climax. Very transparent right now, very vulnerable to the outside world. And I feel like everyone's watching you right now to figure out what your next step will be. Like everyone's just as curious about you of how the story is going to unfold in regards to your storyline. For Leo to not get to a point where you're kind of an entertainment for others. Your life isn't an entertainment for others. Really look at your life. Is your performance getting criticism for others, where you're actually feeling entrapped by your performance, where you're feeling confined to the stage? You feel like you're in a glass box, you feel like you're in a cage where people can see you or people can watch you, and there's this sense of being enclosed, Leo. So you have the key to your own cage, and you actually might be putting yourself in that cage, throwing someone an anchor, or you want someone to throw you an anchor, and there's this sense of needing to feel grounding, needing to feel connected to a very earth energy. And this is what we were mentioning in regards to rest and integration, is that this could be a time of a very emotional activation. In order to be a new system to be activated, there needs a time for it to be downloaded, which can be a process. Overriding the old program. You might feel like someone needs to throw you an anchor. The underlying of this card is also overcoming slights, and there's a choice. So you will have a choice this month, Leo. Once you've given yourself time to integrate, to give yourself rest and get that energetic upgrade into your system. I feel that then that is when the climax happens for you to make your choice. Someone will throw you a bone, or someone will throw you an anchor, and even if there is a sense of doom where you feel you just need something to grab onto, for you, Leo, you're known as the performer. You're known as the sun. You're known as someone that actually warms everyone else up, being in the limelight. That's what your superpower is. Create a performance for everyone, and everyone loves you for it. But I feel there's a sense of what you've done in the past, what you've always done, doesn't have that same feeling anymore. You feel ungrounded from the old systems. This can be you, or this can be someone that's coming into your life, or already someone in your life. The King of Cups has a very emotional, nurturing, he's able to move through those emotional waves. So this could be a time for you to let go, to move through conflict by letting go, because the King of Cups is very, very good at moving through those emotional waves, because he knows that those emotional waves aren't permanent. He doesn't make his decisions from the highs and lows of the waves, and is able to make decisions or choices based off kind of just moving through the waters, but not basing his knowing when the tide is going out and knowing when the tide is going in, and knowing when it's the right time to wait for the wave or to act on the wave, feeling ungrounded. So this might be a great time for you, Leo, this month to connect to water energy, to really step up as the King of Cups. You might be the person that everyone's kind of looking to ground them. Missed opportunities, but this is also knowing what you deserve, knowing what you want, especially in the Leo energy, knowing what you deserve, knowing what you want, knowing. And so in the King, this definitely points out that with the King of Cups and the Four of Cups, this is knowing what cups to fill up, but this is also pointing to that you really need to step into your King of Cups energy, because you might be feeling that the right opportunities aren't coming to you, and there's this sense of like not being fulfilled emotionally, like by the universe. The Four of Cups doesn't even see the cup given to him, because he's closing his eyes, because he's closed to the opportunities to him. So it's really opening yourself to the emotional opportunities, opening yourself to others throwing you the anchor. That's the message I got earlier. The Four of Cups and the Nine of Cups is about being satisfied with what you already have. Using your intellectual discernment in regards to new opportunities. Knowing what is correct for you and what is not. And so knowing, being specific in what you want to attract. And you might have to be blunt with yourself, blunt with other people, blunt with the universe, and knowing what you deserve, what you want, what opportunities you want to bring in. But in that, you might have to be in your intellect, providing that emotional nurturing, emotional balance with the intellect balance, which creates a very harmonious relationship. And it's a very powerful relationship if this is a relationship. This could be a King of Cups providing his cup to a Queen of Swords who might be kind of full-blooded, or might be kind of cold to this opportunity. But this is also using your discernment, not just in your emotions of what you deserve, but also in your intellectual intuition, feeling what you deserve and knowing what you deserve. Completion, but this is also having all the elements to manifest all that you need. This is a completion of all the cycles, because in the traditional tarot there's often all the tarot elements. So this is completion because all the elements are combined in the world. Because we see here the King of Cups is looking to the Queen of Swords. This union is going to provide a completion in the world. It's a very strong and powerful connection when you have the King of Cups with the Queen of Swords, because not only do you have the emotional intelligence, but you also have the intellectual discernment, and the King of Cups also has a very Pisces energy where it's about the fish. Here he has a fish necklace flowing through those interactions, not making the choice just because you get a new opportunity. Climax could be between King of Cups and a Queen of Swords. I mean, it could be like a romantic, like literally an actual climax, but this can also be to take on the King of Cups masculine energy as well as the Queen of Swords. What's interesting about the King of Cups and the Queen of Swords is that the Queen of Swords takes on kind of that masculine energy, while the King of Cups takes on the more feminine energy of what we attribute the masculine and feminine to be in capitalistic society, where in capitalistic society we are relationships where two individuals actually take on the opposite attributes, even if they identify themselves as traditionally a man or a feminine, decide that this action isn't, or situation isn't emotionally nurturing anymore, and that you decide to actually just walk away. So I found it very fascinating that at the back of this deck is the Queen of Swords. And we have the Queen of Swords right here. And before I film, I always shuffle all the cards to every astrology sign before I do it. And so I find it fascinating that the Queen of Swords came up. So to clarify the Four of Cups, we got the Hangman, which is having a new perspective, and a very much High Priestess about having a heightened intuition. Especially with the Hangman and the High Priestess, this could definitely be a time that you are resting, and awakening. The High Priestess, the time of connecting to a higher consciousness in order to have a new perspective or new information. You're receiving new information, but it is through meditation and stillness and giving yourself a time to rest that you will be able to connect to your intuition, to ground yourself. The anchor with the Four of Cups is about grounding yourself. Through meditation this month, Leo, you will receive a different perspective, a higher perspective that will provide you a different perspective. Through meditation, Leo, you will receive a higher consciousness that will give you a different perspective, realizing that actually you don't have a missed opportunity, and in actuality you have everything that you need.